I've been seeing this all over my feed. I'm not sure if it's new or if it's old, but I think when was this? A day ago? Okay, and I see Miss Hummus in the chat already. But yeah, Glasses absolutely destroys Drake. I'm surprised that, like, because me and Miss Hummus were having this conversation the other day. It's the disturbing lack of people who are fighting against this, who are calling this nigga out for his actions. So I think this is probably what triggered it. Thank you, Miss Hummus. Thank you, because I think you directly caused this crash out. Necessary crash out, by the way. If y'all are not crashing out about this still, the fact that this lawsuit is still going after 2 years should say anything. So should say everything. Like, that's genuinely.
But I do want to pose this question to the panel. Does any of this matter from someone who is suing hip hop?
No.
Say it one more time, Jess.
Does any of this matter coming from someone who is suing over a lost rap battle?
No, it doesn't. Nothing he says matters.
Yeah, but we all here talking about it, bro. Like, you feel me? We can't say that and then, fill our time speaking on it and speaking about what's going on. It led the Rap Roundtable. We spoke about it for an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? We was yapping about it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, right? Yes, like
it's okay, bro. If you want to swallow his nut, it's fine. Gargle his nuts harder, why don't you? Like, Jesus Christ. How do you dance around a very simple yes or no question like that? He is really coming up with every excuse in the book to try and defend this nigga. How do you defend that? Drake sued hip-hop because he lost a rap battle. That right there should be immediate. You are banned from the cookout. You are banned from the black delegation altogether. The fact that only black reactors were included in that lawsuit. He should have been banned. But these dumbass niggas would still want to keep riding them like a rodeo show. Okay, no.
It shouldn't. Let me say that. It should not.
Nah, I gotta get
but
stoned.
In 2026, I think it does. I think we've let too much go, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? This should have been the conversation with Ghostwriter. And I said that as a Drake fan. You know what I mean? It should have been over there.
Oh, wow. He's a Drake fan. But I sure didn't notice.
It wasn't. So I think that our morals tell us that it shouldn't, but the facts, it's like
weeb.
Like what they say on the wire, you want it to be one way, but it ain't, right? Like,
I genuinely hate that your gap is as big as mine because I want to make fun of it so bad, but I'm sitting here like, damn, I'd really be the pot calling the kettle black. But nah, just go ahead and keep sucking your baby daddy off. Go ahead.
It's just ain't.
But I think we're left talking about Drake's antics more than the music, and I think that's why it technically doesn't matter. Like, he's dropped 40 some odd songs since the battle, and nothing has really stuck. Nokia was a hit, but it's still it's not in my
he dropped 40 songs since the beef happened. I don't know a single one of them. I can't name anyone other than Nokia. And what was the other one? Which one? Or not? Well, because it was What Did I Miss? Which One? And Nokia. That's it. That's all I remember. He put 40 songs out since the beef started? Really? Embarrassing.
I don't know that it really left a lasting mark in terms of the canon of music. Numbers in a
Mr. Reed, welcome. We are on the glasses portion of the stream because I got fired up. Mama X and Power for the People got me hyped off of Black Pride. And now we're gonna go into the Drake hating part of it because it's fuck Drake in this household. Drake is on the chopping block forever.
Industry-wise, that's a whole other conversation, but I do think that Drake at this point with the suing thing, it'll be more of a case study of Icarus, a case study of hubris, of ego, of...
Did y'all hear that? Hubris. Now, for anybody who's been watching my videos religiously, y'all know that I have a saying, and I'm gonna keep saying it. Hubris is the downfall of mankind. Drake, Young Thug proved it. Fucking Tekashi proved it. All of the predators that got locked up have proved it. Donald Trump has proved it. Epstein's proved it. La Russell's proved it. Hubris will fuck you up every time without fail. Hubris, arrogance. It even fucked up Ye. I'll say it. Ye fucked himself up because he got too high off of his own hubris, and then the issues that happened to his frontal cortex also didn't help. So just hubris, arrogance will fuck you up every time, and that is truth. Be humble, bitch. Sit down. Be humble.
Trying to trample over the First Amendment under an authoritarian regime. Like, I think we'll be talking about it for all the wrong reasons, but the music is not really sticking. And that's unfortunate because a lot of my like adolescence and like
heaven sent
in the background.
We all heaven sent. Aubrey too. But yeah, she did bring up a very, very good point. If this fucking lawsuit were to go through, that would be in direct violation of the First Amendment. The same system that these white people love to tote around whenever they say some wild, outlandish, racist, homophobic, bigoted shit. It's the First Amendment. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I could call you a racial slur because it's First Amendment. Where's the same shit for Drake? So when it's a black man or somebody who's biracial who has black blood in him targeting the First Amendment, it's not a problem. But when there's a white person targeting the First Amendment, that's when everybody wants to scream racism. It has to be equal on both sides. You can't ignore the injustice from one skin color and get mad at the same injustice for the other skin color. It's gotta be fair. Just because he has black blood in him, that does not excuse him from garnering harsh criticism. That does not make him exempt from the consequences of his own actions, by the way, his own actions. Even the judge looked at this case and was like, but you egged him on. You told him to say that shit. You did this. You called Kendrick a woman beater. You said Kendrick's kid wasn't his. Tailor-made freestyle defeats your entire case here because you dropped 3. No, because he went back to back because he did push-ups, immediately came out with Tailor-Made that he had to take down off of streaming platforms, by the way, because the Tupac estate was going to sue him for the unlawful usage of that dead man's voice. That's the only diss track that you can't find anymore because he was forced to pull it. And that's why he said in Family Matters, you called the Tupac estate and begged them to take my shit down. Not I disrespected this dead man and his family by unlawfully using his voice in a diss battle without their consent. It's he did this. Do you see that blame shift? How the fuck can you even manage to do the mental gymnastics to do something like that and still not see yourself as the problem? But y'all, this is the nigga they all want to glaze. All right, keep on. I mean, Brody got them DSLs anyway. He probably getting them ready for Drake. That's why he keep licking them.
Was good. Like, despite the corny stuff, I did drop off in the whole her loss incel, like pandering to the red pill era. I didn't like that at all. But yeah, I just feel like the music is not good enough for it to like matter beyond the first couple weeks. That yes, we will press play for scientific purposes. I know I will, to see what it sounds like. Like, all of this hoopla has to lead to something, my nigga. It has to. But I think, in the grand scheme of things, like when we look back on this, I don't know if we're going to be talking about the music more so than just Drake as spectacle. And I don't know what that means, but...
Because the shit is not popping. It's not popping anymore. All his writers left.
Yeah, I just don't see the music sticking enough for us to be talking about that.
We'll take it.
I don't know.
My bad. I don't like questions that are posed like that. Like, he's suing. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all don't care about the culture? What are you doing? Questions that are formed in that way kind of compel me to rebel against them because I don't like the way it's packaged as if I must think the way you think or else something is wrong with me, or like you're going to exile me because I'm not moving in the fashion that you deem.
Because you got revolutionary science in the caravan.
Caravan. So even when I'm asked a question in that matter, my reflex is to be like, no. Because because in one way it's like, oh, you guys are getting duped, but then you're using dupe-like language. So just FYI.
You are getting duped. That's the problem. Like, if you're sleepwalking and somebody tells you to wake the fuck up because you're about to get hit by a semi, why would your first instinct be to get mad at the person trying to save your fucking life? What the fuck is wrong with you to the point where that's who you're aiming your vitriol at, and not this obvious attack on our culture? Why are we not treating attacks on our culture with the same intensity and the same respect as when our white neighbors do it? I don't get the disconnect. I don't get the divide. Do y'all really just think that we don't matter? Is that your thought process? Is it different when black people do it as opposed to white people because are black people just inferior in some way? Or are black people just like subhuman? So it doesn't matter because we only count as 3/5 of a human anyway? Is that your thought process? Okay, let me lay off.
That doesn't work well on me personally. The suing thing is a bit much because at first I was like,
a bit much. That's a cute way to put it. A bit much. I feel like a bit much is a little bit of an understatement. That's like saying putting a gun to a black man's head because he called you out of your name is a bit much. That's like saying that the knee on George Floyd's neck was a bit much. That's like saying that the two white men that beat a 13-year-old beyond recognition and dumped his body in a lake was a bit much. That's like saying that a white man calling a black man the N-word is a bit much. Pretty soon, you start running out of a bit much. You know, after 3 times, you should start picking up on patterns when you see them. And if you're not picking up on the patterns, then you're just gaslighting yourself. It's you. You're the problem. You are the problem. But continue.
Some lawyers talked him into thinking he can get $1 billion out of UMG, and they're over there scamming the shit out of him for that legal money that he's probably paying out the ass to go through this lawsuit that obviously is not going to prevail because it doesn't have enough legal standing. Mm-hmm. Too many things will have to shift in order for that shit to prevail. So, but then I think about it like, well, let's say he would have gotten to the right court where they say, you know what? Yeah, this can be used as a factual basis. Something I was looking up said that could be used as a precedent in other criminal courts. Like, oh, well, rap could be used as a fact. So I understand why people saying he's suing could be bad for rap or hip hop or whatever. But saying he's suing hip hop, that feels like a stretch to me as well. I think he don't care enough. Like, some people look at it like, oh, he's purposely trying to dismantle something because he feels like if he can't be the head of it, it shouldn't exist. I think it's more so a lack.
That's not even. It's that he's throwing a tantrum. That's what he's doing. He's like, if I can't have it, no one can, because he genuinely does not know how to take a loss. Did you hear what what's his name, Rosenberg had to say about Drake? He said that man called him screaming, damn near in tears, because he had a negative review of his song. Screaming. A grown man screaming like a 5-year-old because one guy did not like his song that he put out or his music video. One person threw him over the edge. Imagine the kind of reaction you would have if this little tiny dark-skinned nigga just played you in your face in front of the entire world. Imagine the reaction. Put yourself in a narcissistic man's shoes. Do you know how crippling to the ego that is? And because they're so wrapped up in themselves, they physically can't imagine another reality outside of them being the main character. So their perception of reality cracks and they lose their fucking minds. They literally break. This was expected of Drake, honestly, to do something like this, to stoop to such a disgusting level because he lost a diss battle again, twice. This is dumb. This whole situation's dumb. People who ride for Drake, there's genuinely something wrong with you. And she's so blasé about it. Like, she very casually says, "Oh, well, it's a court case that, wouldn't even be given the time of day." But it's the fact that it was given the time of day. It's the fact that it made it past the pre-litigation period. It's the fact that it made it through not one, but not two, not three, but 4 court hearings before the judge finally dismissed it. Because they were making some pretty hefty accusations. They were accusing reactors of taking payola. And they were accusing 100 million something people of being robots, AI. Meanwhile, didn't Drake just get exposed for using bots? But it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, according to people like her. It's not a big deal. We're not supposed to take it. We're supposed to take it with a grain of salt, y'all. Yeah, we just got spat on by a nigga that's not even from our country. But yeah, no, it's not that big of a deal. You just gotta, tis but a flesh wound.
Of care, where it's like, I don't give a fuck if I can get $1 billion, but I also think a lot of niggas would do shit if they could get $1 billion. So I don't know. I really don't want to participate in this lopsided, everything Drake does is the worst thing in the world. I think it's true that he was cosplaying cultures from different places. And what happened is, instead of getting a bunch of regional sound, we just got every region in a Drake face, which I think was bad for the rap industry, because like I've said before, you put all your eggs in one basket and then somebody blow a hole in that fucking basket, and now look where we are now. But I think him shifting to like, you know what, you're right, let me stop misrepresenting or falsely representing everybody else. Let me just be me and stay in my pop lane. I think that's good enough. I don't think this idea of he got to get the fuck out of here.
K-Way was spitting because calling Drake fans window lickers isn't even hyperbole anymore, because y'all are just out here actually doing it, licking ice that has been sitting on the dirty ass ground for how long? Do you know how airborne germs travel and accumulate? And people's nasty ass breath, people sneezing and shit. Yeah, and y'all put your tongue on that. Nasty bitch.
And every time we want to get our rocks off, we're gonna go stomp on him again. I don't think that's necessary. I think that's still putting him central to something in a way. Like
Okay, so with that logic, let's change the topic of discussion. Instead of Drake, let's switch it to Kanye. I'm curious to hear what your thoughts would be on that. 2 arguably very similar situations. Just, they branched off in different directions. Like, let's put Ye at the front. I'm curious to hear what their opinions would be. I'm curious to see if she wouldn't be so blasé if it was Ye at the forefront instead of Aubrey. But continue.
Supposed to move on and move forward with the authentic things that we want to center. But if it always becomes, I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling at this point, but I just feel
Nah, you cooking L?
I'm the exact opposite of L. I think he legitly did it
Thank
with
you.
intentions.
Thank you, Glasses.
I think every time he does something, we should legitly trample him.
Thank you. We should.
I think because we empowered him, he deserves every bit of our critique. We praised him, he deserved every bit of our critique. The harshness of it. Because he was able to benefit off of it without having to actually care at all. Fuck that. Every week, a nigga playing in our motherfucking face.
Thank you.
I told y'all with this Jack Harlow shit. I said
Thank
this nigga blackface and y'all looked at me crazy. Y'all know goddamn well these people playing in our fucking face.
Thank you.
And they doing it easy. Like,
Elle makes some very good points, but a lot of times she just be talking out of her ass, bro. And like, God bless her. More power to you, Black Queen. But like, Glasses, nigga spit. Preaching. This nigga preaching. Go ahead and talk to him.
This ain't no accident. He thought he was finna get... He tried to make them take that record down and suing them. He don't even care. He is purposely going out his way. He actually is suing hip-hop. It actually is.
Editor's note, I think everybody agreed with you on Jack Harlow. Continue.
Yes, definitely.
I'm saying no.
I don't like the idea of UMG. I don't like the idea of UMG standing in the place for hip-hop. He's suing him.
You're the only ones because you won't stand in the fucking place for hip-hop. So where we gotta trust UMG?
Well, I think it's
because Cameron won't stand in the place for hip hop.
Thank you.
Won't. Gilly won't.
Thank you.
Nobody will.
Thank you.
And I don't know why.
Oh, he's been holding this in. The whole time he was sitting there, I'm like, this man. I was watching him the whole time Elle was talking, and I'm like, this nigga is about to pop. He is about to explode. He is just a ticking time bomb. I could see it in his eyes. You know when you getting chewed out and you know that they're wrong and you just sitting there drafting up the perfect rebuttal to make them look as stupid as possible for calling you out, and you just taking the hits, just taking the abuse. Oh, you stupid bitch, this isn't even fucking correct, and you just like, she don't even know I'm the manager. I'm about to light this bitch up. That's exactly how Glasses was sitting the whole time.
Right. Y'all know this is wrong. There's two left fucking shoes. That's well for Duke, everything. No.
Thank you.
Y'all know this a cardinal sin. No. Fuck that. I get it. Cam ain't tripping. Gilly not tripping. You not tripping. Fuck that. I'm tripping. Cuz wrong,
Thank you.
foul, and dirty for that. Nigga, hip-hop puts you on, nigga. The nigga that puts you on is a hip-hop nigga.
Thank you.
Use his free speech to get everything he want. And now you about to fuck it up. People could go back and fuck up hip-hop records in the past. Fuck that. And his fans, y'all some suckers if y'all don't tell him to take it down and stop it. That's the problem. Y'all keep condoning sucker shit. I've been telling y'all since I came on this motherfucker.
Thank
people
you.
Need hands.
Holding the enablers accountable. That is what we are looking for, Glasses. Thank you. And he says it. He wasn't afraid to say it out loud. Look at Elle. She looked pissed. She looked pissed as a motherfucker. Cope. Stew in it. Seethe. Mauled. Cope harder, bitch. Because Glasses is telling the motherfucking truth.
And y'all refuse to give them hands. Y'all refuse. Y'all keep trying to find a way to be cool for fuck the conversation. It's a real problem. It's a real problem. Fuck Cuz record. Fuck OVO as a staff record label and as a crew. And if you want to be down with OVO, fuck you too. It's that serious. Because if y'all not telling Cuz the truth that this is wrong, here is the problem. Tell your people when they wrong.
Thank you. Thank you. We can hold white people accountable for when they fuck up. Why can't we do the same for our own goddamn people? Where the outrage is very selective and unbalanced, y'all.
My homies, when they fucking wrong, I'm not trying to be in the middle. I'm not trying to be
Thank
quiet.
you.
I just want to stand with what's right. Nothing.
Having the nuts to check somebody when they are fucking up. That's how you know he genuinely cares about Drake. Because somebody who cares about you will not be afraid to check you on your behavior. Who would you rather have as a friend? The friend that stands behind silently and lets you fuck up and make stupid decisions? Or the friend that sees you making these stupid decisions or about to make these decisions and cusses you the fuck out and says, don't do this. What the hell is wrong with you? Why are we really? We're self-harming? Get help. You need help. You are worth better. You need that friend, the one who is going to not just tell you that you're worth it, but will actively show you. They will prove it to you. Anybody can just say, I care about this person, but it takes a special kind of crash out to genuinely prove to somebody that they care about them. Those are the people that you need to stick with. Stick with the ride or dies, the rough riders, the ones who are like, the shovel is in the car. I have industrial trash bags from Home Depot. Where are we going? Where's the nearest river or lake or whatever? Like, you need that crash out because they're going to be the ones who will check you on your behavior. I said this in deleted server. Old black people have been passing this down for generations. I'd rather face the wolf than the fox because the wolf will not pretend to be my friend. That shit is real. When you're facing people with, you have to selectively find people with that wolf energy to combat the people with this fox energy, because those are the sly motherfuckers. Those are the ones, the backstabbers. They'll smile in your face whole time they want to take your place. The wolf will at least tell you if they don't give a fuck. They'll tell you if you're fucking up. They'll tell you if you did something stupid. If they don't agree with you, they'll say it. Would you rather have the wolf or the fox as your friend? Genuine question to y'all.
About that is right. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you. It's a full moon. Let the wolves out. I've been a dog. Thank you. We need niggas with that wolf energy. We need niggas. Everybody wants to say they got that dog in them. Oh, I got that dog in me for all the dogs. Yeah, y'all are a bunch of poodles. This nigga is a Timberland wolf. He said bark, bitch. I said what I said. Fuck that. We need more wolves. God damn it. We have been sheep for far too long. Trust in these fucking boxes, bro. The analogy is still, it's there, but it's holding true.
Fuck that. It shouldn't have to be UMG.
Thank you.
His fans, fucking May should be saying that.
Thank you.
Should say, man, May should have a fucking petition, said we're not listening to your next record till you drop this lawsuit. Fans should be signing that, especially all the ones that came up listening to all these other hip-hop acts and people that got empowered by this shit. So it got to be fucking UMG standing up because Glass is the only nigga saying it's wrong and standing on it like, y'all not fucking with that. May should be the one. It should be his fans. The OVO dudes that came up in street urban culture should be the ones putting the petition saying, we love you, homie. You need to take this down. Y'all shouldn't even be listening to Cuz record till he took that down. But instead, y'all try to stand with him against the one thing that's empowered y'all whole life, that gave you a voice when nobody else in America wouldn't, when they wouldn't put you on TV, when they wouldn't tell your fucking stories. This thing did all of that. When nobody else was doing for us. And you finna turn your back from some motherfucker
because they did. They wouldn't let y'all niggas perform on TV. That's why you have the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff were not even invited to the award ceremony where their song was being nominated for an award. This is a whites only space, and so he didn't show up. They sure fucking did, because they played in our faces, and Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff were the only niggas to say, nah, fuck your award. It is not worth it. It is a hunk of metal because there's no respect behind it. There's no fucking honor. Where is the honor? Where is the honor in suing because you lost? Is there no honor in the streets anymore? The code used to be no women and no children. Now y'all killing all the women and children. In fact, if a nigga cross you, you kill everybody that's adjacent to that nigga but him. Where is the honor? Chivalry, y'all. Honor in the streets. That's all we fucking ask for. The honor, the ability to recognize and be able to take an L. All right, Glasses, go ahead.
Successful? Man, fuck that. All his fans should be the main one. It shouldn't have to be me. It shouldn't have to be a nigga that ruined his relationship with a nigga. Making him stand and be correct. Mm-hmm. It should be y'all motherfuckers that should be with love.
Yeah.
Right now it make me seem like a fucking hater. He like, man, G, hating. No, I'm not hating. Your fans is being bitches.
Thank you.
Telling you wrong. They should be telling you, hey, that's not right, bro. You lost the battle. Move on.
Because if you know for a goddamn, if Kendrick did some corny shit like that, y'all would have been down his throat already. Y'all would have crucified that man. if Kendrick had did that, if he sued because he lost. Oh, imagine the vitriol. Imagine the headlines, the smear campaigns, the hate messages on Twitter. Just imagine the pandemonium that the black community would go through if Kendrick did that corny shit. In the negative amount of alternate timelines in which he would do some corny shit like that. Let's play pretend for a second. I know that would never actually happen, but let's suspend our disbelief for like 2 seconds just to entertain my point. So where is the same outrage for this Canadian motherfucker?
Fool, we gonna get back to business. We'll buy your record, but stop doing that. It's just glasses.
Thank you.
Cameron, nobody else. Joe Budden's talking about how good the next album. Why is Joe talking about good? What? This is the same thing like with Jack Harlow. Niggas talking about how the album was. How was the album? What are you talking about how good the album was? You didn't see Cuz on the cover thingy D'Angelo? The fuck are we talking about?
Music Soul Child.
Any one of them.
You think UMG could represent hip hop?
They the only ones doing it now. Yeah. I don't know who else is doing it.
UMG.
I can't say that now.
They doing more than you doing.
I can't say
Right now, they doing more than you doing right now.
Good.
I'm not doing it for hip hop, but it happens to be in the best interest of hip hop.
Abraham Lincoln didn't free the slaves for black people neither, but it was the thing that fucking happened.
Thank you.
Sometimes you get some lucky shit for some shit that don't nobody give a fuck about you, but because it's UMG,
I don't like that.
UMG the one standing up for hip hop.
Thank you. Because it was fuck UMG. Because if y'all remember, all my content creators, I'm gonna take y'all back when the adpocalypse first happened and UMG was taking channels down off of YouTube because they had music from their company. Universal is not just a music group, y'all. Universal is the biggest movie corporation in the world. The biggest movie corporation in the world. They own damn near 80% of all of the shit that you use. And for a long time, people who had music, even if they had like 3-second clips of a song, people who were doing movie reviews of Universal owned movies were getting their videos taken down because UMG didn't agree with the use of their content being used in that video because they wanted all of the royalties for themselves. UMG was the literal devil on YouTube until this bullshit happened. How did Drake do that? How did you take literal Satan and make him the champion for our culture? Nah, Kendrick knew he was gonna do it. That's how he rewrote the devil's story to take our power back.
Hip hop, I think it's about artistic expression and making
Standing up for hip hop, man. They just
it's
trying to win a lawsuit.
They're trying to win a lawsuit. They're also siding with the First Amendment, our constitutional right, and for artist expression, for artists to be able to say something without the feds being like, you actually meant that, we're gonna arrest you. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with them being a representation for hip hop. It's just making sure artists under their label can say, hey, I did this in their art without the cops calling and saying, hey, we're taking that as fact and not as artistic expression.
Isn't that literally what they did to NWA? Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that literally what they did? That famous clip of when NWA was doing their concert and the police literally stormed the concert and arrested them live on camera because they said, fuck the police. So if it was not okay back then, why is it suddenly all of a sudden okay now? What, now that niggas aren't getting beaten in the streets anymore? That makes it okay? That makes it better somehow? Is it a lesser of the two evils type of thing? You know, playing devil's advocate here. Is it somehow different just because a nigga's not bleeding for it anymore? Is the torture somehow better just because it's no longer physical? Is the abuse any less abuse just because it's not physical? These are very important questions that I'm asking.
And so you're going to face legal consequences. It's the same thing Drake signed to in 2022 of like, no, like we should not use rap lyrics in the court of law because then so many people would be implicated in that, right? You would have to self-censor in order to put music out. So I don't think they're a stand-in for hip hop, or I don't think they even care about it. I think it's just protecting their artists' First Amendment right to say what they need to say in the art without, cops being like, hey, we got them.
And they're also protecting their exposure from every rap battle that's happened in rap history where they have been the one to distribute the music. That doesn't matter though. They happen to be on the same side as hip hop. This isn't like, my position on this is not in support of vampire squid sized gargantuan multinational corporations. That's not who I'm aiming for. But in this situation, they happen to be the ones fighting in this specific situation for the values that I believe when it comes to artistic license, when it comes to freedom of speech, when it comes to whether or not someone should be able to sue because they lost a rap battle.
Literally, that's the only reason why he sued.
And it's like his fans are not.
And I did an entire timeline, from the time that Not Like Us dropped all the way up until the date that Drake officially launched that lawsuit. And it literally happened months after Not Like Us hit number 1 on the Billboard and hit number 1 on the Billboard again. Because notice, after it hit number 1 on the Billboard and the music video came out, Drake submitted a pre-litigation. He submitted a pre-action filing. Then Kendrick, his song hits Billboard Top 100 again. Drake files another pre-action lawsuit. Literally a day later. Yeah, this was not accidental. This was carefully coordinated. And I picked up on a pattern. Every time Kendrick would come up in the news for some reason, either the next day or immediately after, Drake would make either an alteration to some sort of legal document or escalate it.
Gotta stop skipping over that.
Real quick. Walk on you glasses. For the record, I'm always going against this lawsuit. Here, the rap roundtable, like, just, I know you're not aiming directly at me.
I'm not saying you're against it, but I'm
just for the sake of everybody watching, I've always denounced the lawsuit. I've always said I'm not rocking with it.
But I'm saying we shouldn't even be talking about listening to this nigga album with this.
We both gonna listen to it though, glasses.
On Olivia Soul, I'm not.
Listen to it, bro.
On Olivia Soul, I'm not. Unless he make a song talking about why he took that lawsuit and how he was wrong.
Thank you.
I listen to it. I'm not going, because that needs to be an energy that's coming off. You can't just drop a block of ice, and I'm gonna believe that's what the conversation is about.
You can't listen to a nigga say on Olivia, I'm not listening to that song, and immediately come with doubt. If he says on 7th Street Crip, I'm not listening to that album, it's a wrap. Don't even say nothing else. Because the period, he just added another period to the period. Like, anything at that point, if you're still misreading his tone after that, you're illiterate.
To actually do the work. Like I'm saying, we should not be talking about listening to no nigga album that's endangering the thing that we love. That's just crazy.
Keep in mind, Glasses said the exact same thing to one Aiden Ross when he said, I will find you and put hands on you if you don't stop talking about Doechii. He said on Olivia, on 7th Street Crip, I will find you and I will put hands on you if you keep talking about this black woman. He said that, and he said it with the exact same intensity right here. That nigga was serious. Dead serious. As serious as a heart attack.
You listen to an album to somebody that was like, kicking the shit out your brother, then we're gonna listen to his album. I don't give a fuck how good the album sound. Fuck how good the album sound. Bro, it's gotten worse. And it all started, Jay. I said this shit 7 fucking years ago. I said this motherfucker not hip hop.
Yes.
And he gonna show everybody.
That's how you know he was serious.
That he is not hip hop. It's gotten worse and worse. And even if UMG is everything that it is, for once it's on hip hop side. And we not. And the fan base is not. The fan base should be putting the biggest pressure on him. We should all be protecting this thing. If you come from street urban culture, we should all be protecting this thing that allowed us to be represented at a mainstream level. We shouldn't be talking about listening to no nigga album. Nigga, I don't give a why are you battling? Why are you still putting this nigga in the scope if you crying about suing a nigga now? Why are you talking tough?
Thank you.
Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to see what you want to say. Your eyes were saying.
Y'all rallying for these celebrity niggas. I don't care. Like, I'm really tired of it. I don't give a fuck. I don't think UMG can represent hip hop. No, he's not suing hip hop. He's suing a fucking company. UMG don't represent hip hop, and Abraham Lincoln didn't free the slaves. The slaves freed themselves.
Honestly,
I don't give a fuck. When niggas talk about the shit that we have and the way we've been done wrong, especially in the court system, I'm sorry, these niggas fucking record contracts, it just don't hit the top of the charts where it's like, oh, we all need to rally together to get this nigga to stop suing hip hop. No, we need to rally together against places like Alameda County where the fucking police is paying crackheads to lie in murder trials and shit like that. That's the type of shit we need to rally together for. I just be thrown off by where it's like niggas is sellouts or some shit because they ain't organized themselves.
There was zero hesitation in that. Did y'all hear that? He said they are. Immediate and just shifted position casually. He was quick on that shit too. Did y'all hear how he slid that in there? Let me run it back because that was funny as fuck.
To lie in murder trials and shit like that. That's the type of shit we need to rally together for. I just be thrown off by where it's like niggas is sellouts or some shit because they ain't organized themselves to fight back against Drake.
And he said it again.
He's not gonna win that fucking lawsuit. Maybe that's why I don't feel like it's a super threat.
Right?
Yeah, and that's and I think
even without his fucking lawsuit,
Glasses is a fucking menace.
Fucking Dirk select lyrics against him and all types of shit against him. So before Drake's case even fucking finishes, we're already in a position where they're using rap lyrics against people. Why are we not organizing against the county, states, feds, or whoever the fuck that did that?
I will say this. Yeah, one actually we have, right? And that
damn, confirmation. That was just oof. She is getting cooked. I don't think a single person liked her by the time that live stream ended.
It's the other thing that I think about when I think about certain types of movements, right? It looks like everything looks futile.
Yeah, go ahead and pat it down, sister.
If you're in the
you and your drawn on eyebrows are getting kind of cooked here.
You go outside and you're marching, they hose you down with the fire hose and they sick dogs on you. And then you go back outside the next day, you do that in 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, you look nuts. You look insane. The tipping point happens and all of a sudden you get the Civil Rights Act in 1965. And we're seeing that on the ground now when it comes to lawfare and when it comes to lyrics in court. Maryland just passed a bill. You know what I'm saying?
Made it to I'm glad you made it to your destination, Nunu. Like, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry if I almost made you crash a couple times. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to. I can't control this. Blame the NyQuil. I told that story, I think, in private, but I'll probably divulge into that another time. But yeah, just blame the NyQuil.
To say that we aren't doing anything or anything isn't happening, I don't agree with that point of view.
Thank you.
I do agree that more than anything else, the framing around UMG sticking up for hip hop, that just don't feel good. I'm with it.
It feels weird, yeah.
It don't feel good. I don't like it. But in this particular case,
that's what's happening. Let's
go UMG.
They're in a lawsuit with Salt and Pepper right now about not giving them their bread. Like, this is what I'm saying.
Let's go Salt and Pepper.
I love how he slid that in there. No pause, actually. This is I'm on a no pause. I'm on a pause fast. I'm fasting from using the word pause. So anytime I say something questionable, there shall be no pause.
Want to give a special thank you to my members, Prosac Ward, Tasha Shea, and Missy Gale Forever. If you guys want to see your names up here, go ahead and subscribe and become a member. I will put your name at the end of every video and I will give you guys a special shout out. Take care.